Good afternoon, everyone. Carol and I left Omaha after work on August 4th, 2017 for 2 weeks in Minnesota, the 13th state that we would be visiting together. We arrived at a Walmart parking lot in Albert Lea, Minnesota at approximately 10:30 p.m. I always have to disconnect the negative battery terminal on our tow car to make it towable, then reconnect the negative terminal after towing and drive the car a short distance to lubricate the transmission gears. When we started the tow car at Walmart, we saw this error message on the dashboard of the car. I turned the car off and on several times and drove it around the Walmart parking lot to see if there was actually anything wrong with it. It wouldn't shift out of low gear. Had towing ruined the transmission? It appeared so. We decided to get some sleep and see what could be done the next morning. This trip might be over before it gets started. Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday, August 5th. We found a Ford dealer approximately 5 minutes from Walmart who opened at 9 a.m. on Saturdays. At 8:30 we reconnected the car to the motorhome and drove to the Ford dealer. The maintenance supervisor at the Ford dealer said that while they were open on Saturdays, they could only do oil changes. No one was there that would be able to diagnose our car or fix it. Being approximately an hour from Minneapolis, where we would be headed anyway, I asked him what he thought of the chances of finding a Ford dealer in Minneapolis who might be able to repair the car on Saturdays. He said that we might be able to do that. We drove north on Interstate 35. When we got to Bloomington, Minnesota, a suburb of Minneapolis, I decided to pull into a wayside and make a few phone calls. The first person I talked to was Dean at Freeway Ford in Bloomington. Dean said that they could look at the car as soon as we got there. Within an hour after our arrival, Freeway Ford had diagnosed a faulty transmission control module and said that they could have the part replaced within 4 hours and that it would be covered under warranty. Our trip was saved. After the car was repaired, we reconnected it to the motorhome and drove to the campground where we had reservations for the next 2 nights. Good morning, everyone. Today is Sunday, August 6th. With the tow car repaired and another night planned in Minneapolis, our trip was back on track. The first thing we did in the morning was visit the Stone Arch Bridge in Minneapolis. The Stone Arch Bridge consists of 23 arches and is the only bridge of its kind over the Mississippi River. It is made of native granite and limestone. The bridge is 2,100 feet long and 28 feet wide. Railroad Baron James J. Hill built the Stone Arch Bridge in 1883. The bridge allowed for increased movement of people and goods across the river. The bridge served as a working railroad bridge until 1965. Rehabilitation of the bridge began in 1980. Traffic on the bridge today consists mostly of walkers and bicyclists. After the Stone Arch Bridge, we visited nearby Minnehaha Falls, located in Minnehaha Park, a large city park on the shores of the Mississippi River. The park includes picnic areas, trails, sculptures, and the 53-foot waterfall. Good morning again, everyone. It is Monday, August 7th. Carol and I are leaving Minneapolis today, but before we go, we are going to stop and see the Mall of America in Bloomington, the largest mall in the United States. There are more than 520 stores in the Mall of America. If you only spend 10 minutes in every store, it would take you over 86 hours to visit every store. The Mall of America employs approximately 11,000 employees year-round, and about 13,000 during peak seasons. In addition to stores, Mall of America has several rides and attractions available to visitors. It is 1 p.m. We have left Minneapolis and are now headed north on Interstate 35 to Duluth. Duluth is approximately a 3-hour drive in the motorhome, so sit back and enjoy the ride.
I put on a pair of long underwear, 3 sweaters, wool pants, and a hat, and a down-filled fur-lined jacket, a boot, and a scarf on top of that. But I almost froze the end of my nose and I was going to get my car. I said, oh, Minnesota, this time you've gone too far. Oh, Minnesota, what you trying to do to me? Got me stranded in the great white north without a bit of mercy. Oh, Minnesota, you're frozen to the core. You can take this snow and shovel it.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, August 8th. We arrived in Duluth at about 4 p.m. yesterday afternoon and will be staying here for 7 days. This is a view of the commercial area in Duluth overlooking Lake Superior. Duluth has a population of approximately 86,000 people and is known for its shipments of iron ore from mines in Minnesota to other locations in the Great Lakes. This morning we are going to drive east along the north shore of Lake Superior. We drove until we arrived at Two Harbors, Minnesota, where we stopped to see a lighthouse, which was used to mark the location of iron ore loading facilities. The Two Harbors Lighthouse is the oldest operating lighthouse in the state of Minnesota. The two 1,000-watt AeroBeam bulbs can be seen for 17 miles. The iron ore being loaded at Two Harbors arrives by train car. The trains back out onto the dock, and then the bottoms of the cars are opened, allowing the ore to fall down through chutes into the hold of an awaiting ship. After Two Harbors, we drove 20 minutes to Gooseberry Falls. After Gooseberry Falls, we continued another 10 miles to Split Rock Lighthouse. The Split Rock Lighthouse operated from 1910 to 1969. After leaving Split Rock Lighthouse, we returned to Duluth. Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, August 9th. We have another busy day planned. We are going to downtown Duluth this morning to take a tour on the 610-foot William A. Irwin ore ship. The William A. Irwin was built in 1937 and was used by U.S. Steel to haul iron ore from Duluth to Chicago. The ship could carry 13,600 pounds. The William A. Irwin was decommissioned in 1978 when longer, faster, more efficient ore ships came into the fleet. The ship was purchased for $110,000 and brought out of retirement 8 years later when it was moved to the Duluth waterfront to serve as a museum. After seeing the William A. Irwin, it was a short walk to the aerial lift bridge. The bridge provides passage to traffic, then lifts once per hour to allow boats to cross underneath of it. The aerial lift bridge was built in 1905. It could be raised 135 feet in about a minute.
I put on a pair of long underwear, 3 sweaters, wool pants, and a hat, and a down-filled bird-lined jacket, a boot, and a scarf on top of that. But I almost froze the end of my nose as I was going to get my car. I said, oh, Minnesota, this time you've gone too far. Oh, Minnesota, what you trying to do to me? Got me stranded in the great white north without a bit of mercy. Oh, Minnesota.
Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, August 10th. We have tickets for a 2-hour navigated sightseeing tour of the Duluth Harbor this morning. I have annotated on the map where we are starting from. Here we are pulling away from the dock. We went under the aerial lift bridge into Lake Superior. These are some of the buildings along the Duluth shoreline. Sorry about the bouncing. After touring the shoreline of Lake Superior, we went back under the lift bridge into what is called Superior Bay. This is the bridge between Duluth and Superior, Wisconsin. These tugboats belong to Great Lakes Towing. This is another one of those iron ore loading platforms. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, August 11th. We are going to be taking a self-guided tour of the Glen Sheen Mansion this morning. The Glen Sheen Mansion was built by Clara and Chester Congdon between 1905 and 1908. Chester Congdon and his wife moved from St. Paul, Minnesota in 1894 after Chester, a lawyer, was offered a partnership in a law firm in Duluth. One of Chester's clients, Oliver Ore Mining, sold out to U.S. Steel in 1900, giving Chester an over 5,500% increase in his investment of Oliver Ore Mining Company stock. The 39-room Glen Sheen Mansion sits on 12 acres on the shore of Lake Superior near Duluth. The Congdons had 7 children. No pictures were allowed inside of the mansion, but it was very interesting to take the tour. Good morning again, everyone. Today is Saturday, August 12th. We don't have anything planned this morning because there is an 80% chance of rain most of the day, and with the Blues Festival taking up most of the parking in downtown Duluth, we decided to lay low, rest up, and maybe I can edit some video. Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday, August 13th. It rained all day yesterday and most of the night. We have a 30% chance of rain this afternoon, so we are going to drive to Enger Park this morning. Enger Park is located at the top of the hills overlooking Duluth. It was recommended by our boat cruise tour guide because of its spectacular views. Enger Tower was built as a tribute to Bert Enger, a Norwegian immigrant who was a successful furniture seller. At the time of his death, Enger donated a sizable portion of his estate to the city of Duluth. This included the land known as Enger Hill, which includes Enger Park and Enger Golf Course. After climbing the 80-foot Enger Tower, Carol, Jasper, and I took a long walk through Enger Park. Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, August 14th. We are leaving Duluth this morning and driving north on 2-lane roads to Orr, ORR, Minnesota. I will tell you what we'll be doing in Orr tomorrow, but for now, just sit back and enjoy the ride.
There was no snow in my backyard, was as far as the eye could see. And I spent all morning shoveling snow real hard trying to get my mailbox free. Cause the man with a plow covered it over some house, he was plowing out my road. And I parked my ride on the street's wrong side, and you know that I got it towed. So I put on a pair of long underwear.
Good morning, everyone. We are excited today because we are going to be visiting the Vince Schutte Wildlife Sanctuary near Orr, Minnesota this evening. I am not going to read all of the history here that is available on the internet about Vince Schutte, but in the early 1970s, the owner of a logging company, Vince, became weary of himself and others shooting black bears that would break into their cabins while they were at work. Having observed the animals, he came to the conclusion that the bears weren't mean, only hungry. He began putting food out into the nearby meadow to see if this would keep them away, and it did. What began as an act of survival slowly evolved into a labor of love. A special relationship developed between Vince and the bears. By the mid-'80s, Vince had become a local celebrity and was often referred to as the Bear Man. As the years went by, Vince's health began to deteriorate, and he was concerned about what would happen to the bears after he was gone. In the fall of 1993, at the age of 80, Vince approached 3 friends who also shared an interest in the bears. To help secure the bears' future, he donated his interest in the land for the formation of the American Bear Association, which was established as a nonprofit organization in January 1995. Vince Schutte passed away on July 4th, 2000 at the age of 86. The Vince Schutte Wildlife Sanctuary is his legacy to us and to future generations. A special place where humans can learn to coexist with bears. Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, August 16th. We are turning south this morning and heading back toward Omaha. Officially, we will be driving southwest toward Bemidji.
We're on Highway 1. Somewhere, trying to get to Bemidji. At this highway, we're having fun trying to find our way. So we'll see if this works, and we're losing cell service and no map.
We'll check back with you later. We finally made it to Bemidji. Had to stop for pictures of Paul Bunyan and Babe his blue ox. Back on the road. It's approximately 30 minutes till we get to Itasca State Park. Good morning again, everyone. It is Thursday, August 17th. We arrived at a rainy Itasca State Park near Park Rapids, Minnesota yesterday after a long day of driving. You may find this hard to believe, but this, ladies and gentlemen, is the beginning of the Mississippi River. That's correct. Itasca State Park was identified in 1832 as the headwaters of the Mississippi River. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, August 18th. Our 2-week vacation is almost over. We left Itasca State Park this morning and drove to Underwood, Minnesota to see Phelps Mill. Phelps Mill was one of many mills that used water power from a stream to turn rollers that ground wheat into flour. Because of the dust associated with grinding, many of the local mills caught fire and burned. The Phelps Mill remained in service until 1939. After seeing the Phelps Mill, we drove south to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where we stayed overnight in a KOA campground and then drove the final leg of our trip back to Omaha the next day. Thank you for sticking with us on this 2-week road trip through Minnesota, the 13th state that Carol and I have visited together. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so to be informed of future videos. And if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up.